Hi, welcome to today's practice. Today we're going to practice plotting points on all four quadrants of the coordinate grid. And I hope we have some fun today with this. We're going to draw a picture with our points. So today's practice is kind of like connect the dots. And the dots are going to form a picture. The only difference today is you're going to plot the dots first and then connect them. So what we have here is a 4-quadrant coordinate grid and 7 sequences of points. Each sequence, that is each list of points, these ordered pairs, will create part of the drawing. Together, all 7 of them will create one drawing that will make sense. All right. But in order for that drawing to make sense, you got to remember 2 things. The first and most important thing is you have to plot the points in order. You can't go out of order, and you can't plot a point twice. That's the first most important thing. The second most important thing to remember is you have to connect the dots as you plot them. So after you've plotted the second dot, connect it to the first. After you've plotted the third point, connect it to the second. After the fourth point, connect it to the third. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to get started on this one example here. The first sequence, this is sequence number 1. The first point is 0, 1. So let me turn off my laser pointer and turn on my pen. Perfect. And I'm going to plot the point 0, 1. That's 0 on the x-axis, 1 on the y. There it is. And what I'm going to do next is super important to help you stay organized. I'd like you to do this today too. You're going to cross out that ordered pair that you've just plotted. And now we're going to the next point, -4, 1. So we're going to go across the x-axis, -4, up +1 direction. There's our second point. And before I do anything else, I'm going to connect the first dot to the second. And then I'm going to cross off that point that I just plotted. Staying organized and connecting the dots one after the other is going to result in the drawing that makes sense. Let's do a couple more here. So our next point is -7, 0 in this sequence. So I'm going to go -7 on the x-axis, and then I'm going to not go anywhere, 0 on the y-axis, and connect that second dot to the third dot. One more. Oh, I'm going to cross off my -7, 0. The last point that we'll plot here today in this set of directions is -8, -2. So let's go to -8 on the x. -2 is down here. And then I'll connect the dots from the third to the fourth point, just like that. I'll cross it off and on to the next. The final important piece of information that you need to know today is this. Each sequence is a complete line or a complete part of the drawing. So when you get to, let's say, the last point, 0, 0, of this first sequence, that's the end of it. You'll connect it to the point before. But when you go to start the second sequence, sequence number 2, at -6, -2, you're not going to connect it back to the 0, 0, the last point of the sequence before. They're going to stay separated. Each of these sequences, all 7 of them, let me turn my laser pointer back on here. All 7 of these sequences are separate. And you can't connect one to the other or else it's going to make the drawing look not like it's supposed to look. Okay? Let me know if you need help. Let's have some fun and show me what you can do plotting points on all 4 quadrants of the coordinate grid.